Here's some truth. The truth is about Chyna's death. It wasn't just a posthumous, problematic to say the least. But we all know that Chyna and Triple H, they were in a relationship for the longest time. But then Stephanie McMahon got involved, which Chyna felt jaded. Well, Chyna felt jaded because of what Triple H did. And then when they try to cut her out of the very, very Hall of Fame, Triple H did not cry when he heard about Chyna's death. Chyna was a member of D-Generation X. But yet, truth be told, she was just frankly, she was in fact the one who was truly the one who was holding and carrying DX's bags. This is true. She was the one who is truly the one that was carrying DX's bags all these years. But yet, she got close to Mark Henry. And that's what... Not also she got close to Mark Henry, she got close to Kane. And that pissed Triple H off. So what did Triple H do? He slated Chyna. Stepped on her toes. He puked on her legacy by demoting her to bag carry-on and carrying DX's bags for the rest of the time that she was in the WWF. But when it went from the WWF to the WWE, and then when the WWE wound up doing the whole get the F out era, Chyna, the WWE had no further use for Chyna. Kind of like how they had no further use for Kat. Y'all don't know this, but Kat, she was riding the coattails of Chyna's fame. But when Kat was let go, I'm not entirely sure, but Kat tried to reach out to Chyna to get her to get Vince McMahon to let her back in the WWE. But since how Chyna stopped answering Kat's phone calls, Kat was forgotten. Kat didn't do very much in the WWF. She was just carrying Chyna's bags. Kat was Chyna's bag girl. she was carrying Chyna's bags. And then when Kat left, there was no one to carry. There was no one to carry Chyna's bags. And then Chyna getting with Mark Henry and Kane and advocating for Kane and hooking up with Mark Henry pissed off Triple H. So Triple H hooked up with Stephanie McMahon, broke things off with Chyna, stepped out with Stephanie. And this is a fact. Stephanie and Triple H had their rocky moments, but here's the thing. Chyna, when she joined DX, she thought she had Tori to pick up where Kat left off. She thought that Tori was gonna carry her bags, but Tori didn't see it that way, thusly leading to bad blood between Chyna and DX. And then that One Night in Chyna DVD, or at the time VHS tape, surfaced, and it was a One Night in Chyna tape that was leaked of Chyna and X-Pac going at it. Since how Chyna and Triple H were no longer a couple, there's still some unresolved feelings that Triple H had. Thusly, Sean Waldman, aka X-Pac, wasn't allowed to come back into the DX stable. He had a home with NWO. And yet, we all know Shawn Michaels pulled a ruse on that of the WWE fans. But we all know how the story ended. When Road Dogg left, he split with DX. Then yet Billy Gunn, he stuck around for a little while longer. Got into a tag team with Chuck Palumbo. That didn't last very long. Then Chuck Palumbo left WWE to go to ECW. And then came back dark-haired, driving a motorcycle, being the wannabe Undertaker, the wannabe American badass. And when Billy Gunn retired, so too Chuck Palumbo, that was let go. And then Chyna left, X-Pac retired, Chyna died. The vast majority of DX is still alive. And then, and only then, when things got rough for Chyna, Chyna decided that she was not coming back to the WWE because of Triple H. And I hedged this bet that Chyna, she had a bad blood between her and Triple H and Stephanie. This is a fact. A fact. Like, yeah. Like Chyna, she left the WWE and never, ever came back. Chyna, she and Kat did not speak for the longest fucking time. And let's not forget, Kat was not mentioned in any of the DVDs and was not mentioned in the DX DVDs. And guess what? Kat was not even put in the Hall of Fame. She was let go in the mid-90s. Mid to late 90s, she was let go. But she was featured, she was featured in the WWF No Mercy game. And that's the truth. Seriously. Chyna, she wound up leaving the WWF. And yet Chyna, like a short while after that leaked sex tape between her and X-Pac surfaced, her life began to be so awful. She got into the adult entertainment industry and floated around, whizzing around in that industry. But that was just about it. She was a flash in the pan and was not put in the Hall of Fame. And this is a confirmation of that. Why isn't anybody talking about Chyna? Simple. Stephanie McMahon wanted to be the center of attention in the late 90s. The mid to late 90s and all of the 2000s and all of the 2010s. But there was a time where Stephanie got with Test. And Stephanie alighted herself with Chris Jericho at the time. But she also alighted herself with Rhino at the time. And this is true. But yet, the whole WWE fan base looked at Stephanie McMahon like a total fucking pro wrestling slut. This is true. Back in the mid to late 90s, back when Stephanie McMahon was still young, And in the early 2000s, when Stephanie McMahon was still young, a lot of the fan base, they trolled her. They roasted the dog shit out of her. And yet, there was that time where Stephanie McMahon was said to have been kidnapped and almost married off to the dead man back in the mid to late 90s, post early 2000s. And even The Undertaker called her a tramp. That seems to be something telling for a little later on, when Stephanie McMahon got rid of her wild child days and went super, extremely professional. She tried to work so hard for years to get professional about herself. And nowadays, Stephanie McMahon, even though that she's a middle-aged woman, Stephanie McMahon stole Triple H from Chyna. There was bad blood between Chyna and Stephanie McMahon over the likes of Triple H. Chyna was not inducted into the Hall of Fame like many WWE superstars. The WWE superstars back in the day, they were put in the Hall of Fame. Like, seriously.
Can't remember the last time I did this. Not much better.
Like this is how things were when Stephanie McMahon was young. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Stephanie McMahon was a real fucking baddie. Like, Stephanie McMahon could get any guy she fucking wanted. Not gonna lie, she was a bad bitch back then when she was much younger. Like, yeah. Like her, Lita, who else? There was also Jazz. But yeah, Jazz wasn't as popular. But yeah, there was Molly Holly. There was Tori Wilson. There was Terry Runnels. All the Attitude Era women. And I'm not gonna lie, some of them were bad bitches back then. But that was when they were in their... That was when all of them was in their prime. But I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, there was Trish Stratus, and there was who else? Like there was Lita. Like back when Lita first debuted, she was one of the bad bitches.
They're missing the good stuff.
And her first ever debut was one of the Godfather's hoes.
I'm the best 11.
That redheaded bitch that was rolling with the Godfather and all of his hoes, that was Lita.
The last time I did this.
Lita was Easter egged.
Why don't I believe your line?
And this is the truth.
They leaving me like this?
Like seriously.
The Saints ain't no joke.
Like back when the WWE had Chyna, like back when Chyna was, you know, she was like the muscle bound, like femme fatale that was not exactly easy on the eyes, but she had her uses in the ring.
You really got tickets to Murder Ball?
She herself, like
Josh Burke.
Yo, you there?
like
I kinda need you to do a better.
like back when you know, like China was taking on even the men in the business. And this is the truth. She even got chokeslammed by Kane. And this is a fact. When yet after Chyna died, no one felt bad. No one went to her funeral. DX waited 2 weeks after her death to hear about it. But I'm pretty sure she was like the only female member of DX that died. And that is true. There's no lie about that. Maybe if they actually gave Chyna a fair chance about coming back, maybe they would have brought back Kat into the mix. Like, seriously. Like, they could have brought Kat back. Maybe Kat would have taught youngsters like Stacy Keibler and Kelly at the time would have
Getting away from everyone.
had like
He was my best friend, damn it.
like seriously. Like back when, you know, Stacy Keibler and Kelly Kelly were the new fresh faces in the WWE. Then they just gave up on wrestling. Like, seriously.
This really isn't a good time.
I'll just walk in and demand that.
Why don't you want to come out tonight?
Like, I'm being for real with you guys. Chyna had all the potential, but then again, all that potential failed. All that potential just ended up failing. And she was excommunicated from the business upon her death.